Mexico, also home to the UCLA Bruins, and it just doesn't get much better than this. The Bruins will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So the New Mexico Lobos offense will get first crack at it today. If you look at this game on paper, it really shouldn't be much of a matchup. You have a high-powered offense against, candidly, an overmatched opponent. But hey, you never know. You got to line up and play the game.
On paper, this is a horrible matchup. But this game's not played on paper, right? Like, this defense, they're going to have to play their best game. They're going to have to play more consistent than they have. They haven't tackled well this season. They're going to have to play their best game against a great opponent. But we've seen upsets happen. They got to get some adrenaline, some emotion, something good to happen early.
I think it has to happen early, David, and then the question is, can they maintain that over the course of the entire game? Listen, it's college football. 18 to 22-year-olds, and maybe this offense just thinks they can come out here and roll their helmet out on the field, and that's going to get it done. We've seen crazy stuff happen, but no doubt, this defense has to play out of their minds today to have any shot.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Now the play fake. Pressure coming. Going to try to get it himself. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He gets it down to the 28-yard line. Not enough to move the sticks, and now we'll see what they do on 4th. And here comes the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Bruins offense has the ball for the first time. And Jesse, they've got a running back that they'd love to feature in this if he is able to answer the challenge.
Yeah, and listen, this guy might not be a Heisman finalist, but he can break off long runs. And this defense, David, they better be ready. They better pack a lunch, show up today, and try to get hats to the football. Because if you come out here with your B game, he can run all over you.
And it's important for this offense, too, because they need to have balance on offense. They need the ground game to get going. He's capable. He's shown flashes. We just want to see it consistently.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. They'll run play action. Got him downfield. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. And the Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Iamaleava. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Got his man quickly.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Off play action. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. On the ground, it's Thomas. They'll pick up 5. It'll be 3rd and 5. The Bruins are threatening in the red zone. Out of the shotgun on third down. Got his man in the middle. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it up to 12. They are getting deep into the playbook. 11th play of the drive. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. They'll go back to the ground. And he runs it in for a score. Touchdown, UCLA!
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it back looking for help. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Johnson. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back gets the give. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Here's the handoff. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Catch in the middle, it's Blair. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds his tight end. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
The Lobos back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to get rid of it. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. With the catch, it's McKinney. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. On fourth down, going to the air. Big tight end makes the grab, first down, still on his feet. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. A first down run in the red zone. They'll make the stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and it's UCLA in the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle, it's Johnson. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And he kept that one just straight enough to graze inside the left upright. That brings him to within 1. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Right down the middle. He's got an open man. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chain. They'll leave it with him. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Kept it on the ground on 1st down, now back to the line. Back to throw, it's Iamaleava. Makes the grab. And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle for a solid pickup. And the Bruins are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and they'll mark it at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. And another broken tackle. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a 1st down.
Another big play for this offense, and I'll tell you, historically, in the best UCLA units offensively, whether they're throwing it, whether they're in the shotgun, whether they're going up-tempo or they're not, it's always so important to have balance. They've always had a guy they can turn around and hand the football off to keep defenses honest.
Oh, he's got some space. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. The give to the back. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. The Bruins kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. The offense knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one. They lost ground on 1st down, now 2nd and goal from the 5. Off the play fake. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And what a nice play call and nice execution. Play action, you're thinking run. Quarterback pulls it out, throws the football right behind those guys, and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a nice job there by the quarterback, too, on the ball handling. He just froze the defense just long enough to help those wide receivers and targets get some separation in the end zone, and at that point, it was just an easy pitch.
And they kick it through for the extra point, and they have an 8-point lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. From the gun, running back on the move. Gets it past the marker. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain. Now on 1st down from the 28. He'll pull it on the read. And that ball is live in the backfield. Oh, and he gets it back, so you can file that one under could have been worse. And the Lobos trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. On 1st down, here comes this offense. They're going to ride this running back. There he goes. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The Lobos will have it 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. Finding an escape route. Running through contact. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. And the Lobos pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. They have just bloodied their nose on this drive, all on the ground. It's 1st and 10. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Grabbed over the middle, it's Blair. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Lobos with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to the big tight end. Give him 6. Touchdown, Lobos! Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big, a lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2 and try to tie it. As it is, they're down by 1. So a drive there of 82 yards. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no 1st down.
Makes the grab on the left. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. They went up top to pick up the last 1st down. Let's see what they have here. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. He's loose. Touchdown, UCLA! He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, it's 21-13. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Takes the handoff. It's Humphrey. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. To the air on 2nd down. Grab near the marker. It's Johnson. They get him down at the 36. It will be a 1st down. The offense calls timeout. It's the 2nd one they've used this half. And he'll be brought down. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Buckley. And he's brought down after a nice gain. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the 1st down? They'll throw it from the red zone. Grabbed in the middle. It's Humphrey. Touchdown, New Mexico! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
He'll try to tack on one more. Right down the middle. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. Let's see what he can do with the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? On the run, it's Thomas.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Right back to him on the ground. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Pasadena. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're gonna see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in college football heaven, the Rose Bowl.
And the Lobos will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. He'll keep it himself. And some room to work. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Quarterback on the keeper. Short gain on the play before he slides. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Got room to work. Turning it on! And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. And the Bruins come to the line with a new set of downs. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Got it in the middle, it's Matthews. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. The play action fake. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. The Bruins have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Wide out trying to get it in. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. A very productive play on 1st down has now set us up with this 2nd and goal. The jet sweep pass. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. That defensive front was a stone wall on 2nd down. Now, Sneak gets it done.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So an 82-yard drive there. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. He lost it high and deep down the left side. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. So now it's second and long. Hand off from the shotgun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Under fire. Quickly to the tight end. The Lobos send out the punt unit. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. Back to pass, it's Iamaleava. Finds his big tight end. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. The give on the option. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Back to pass on second down. Finds his man. It's Flores. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And the Bruins come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Snagged in the middle. It's Flores. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29.
And how about that third down? They go 5 wide. They'd spread the defense out, and at quarterback there, you're just trying to find your best one-on-one matchup. You're making a quick throw, and you're picking up the first to keep the drive going.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Lost one on that last one. It's second and 11. He'll do it himself. At the 20, he's got space. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats.
And this QB is dialed in. You've already seen the passing ability to make plays down the field. But how about this? Running the option as well. The diversity in this offense, really hard to stop, and he's having a day.
The Bruins line it up with a first and goal. Looking downfield, it's Iamaleava. Get it out on the screen. Touchdown, Bruins! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address and do something different.
And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. A strike downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. And this guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Behind the chains now on second and long. Trying play action. Here's a heat. Looking to scramble.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Third and short, I have no problem with RPO because I can run it or I can throw it if I see something open. And maybe he should have ran that one. You got 2 downs possibly to still try to make it happen, but he definitely didn't throw an accurate ball.
They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. They'll run it from the gun. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. Almost had the completion, just missed it. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another play off here in the 3rd. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They go back to work in the final period of this one. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires left. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. Punt is in the air. Now on the return. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Bringing the heat. Kept it and he's past the marker.
This has been a real fun game to call, guys, because we've got 2 quarterbacks that are getting it done on the ground. Both of these guys have had tremendous success. That time the defense wasn't in position. They weren't able to rally to him early enough, and you kind of get the feeling moving forward, whichever defense figures out the other running quarterback first, that's probably the team that wins.
They go right back to him. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. Looking down the middle. And a big deflection on 3rd down forces a 4th down. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. And the Lobos are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on 1st down. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now the play fake. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. A shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll take another shot here. Makes the grab, plenty for the 1st down. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. The Lobos have it with a 1st and 10. Trying to run, it's Humphrey. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. And the Lobos want to crank the tempo. From the gun. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
I love the awareness by the defense here. Everyone thinking 1st down, down close to the goal line. The offense is going to run the football, right? But this defense was ready for the chance that the offense might throw it. So defenders playing the pass and getting upfield, getting to the QB. Awesome job.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Trying to find the end zone. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Lobos! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Tell you what, as a defensive back, as a defensive player, you know, down here near the goal line, I got to get tight on my guys. I can't give away the easy stuff like that. Too easy near the goal line for that pitch and catch.
And with the lead sitting at 9, they'll try to make it a 1-possession game. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Pulls and fires complete to the right. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Bruins need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. The give as they work on that clock. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. Oh, my, he just shanked that one. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Fires to the big fella.
And the offense gets the ball out pretty quick. But, man, if you're going to do that, that's fine. But we got to get the 1st down, or we got to get out of bounds so we can stop the clock. This offense, they've got to execute a little bit tighter down the stretch of this close.
He's going for it all. Hits him inside the 20, still going. He races all the way down to the 11-yard line before they finally get him out of bounds.
Man, it's so nice to have guys like this who do the right thing. You have to understand the situation. Yards don't get me anything here. I don't need yards. I got to get points, but that time is ticking. Nice job stopping the clock, getting out of bounds.
They say it's still a game of field possession, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Humphrey. Touchdown, New Mexico! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And you got half your work done now. Great execution, getting the score, but now we got to go for 2. Under 2 minutes left in the game. We don't know if we're going to get the football back. We get our 2-point play ready, and we roll with it.
A A gargantuan moment here as they try to tie it up late with the two-point conversion. He's looking to throw. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in. Just over a minute and a half to play as they line up for the onside kick in what is likely their last gasp in this game. And they'll take a knee.
Well, victory formation is every offensive coordinator's favorite play call as this offense is about to close this game out.